live. God damn it. First words. That'll get me banned. Oh, well. Hello, everyone, and we're talking about nothing. Hope you guys all enjoyed my little thumbnail. You know, that's he's not constipated. He's got dysentery.
So, Tommy, would it be fair to say that we're talking about stuff that would be in dying color?
Yeah, or well, it ain't. Well, if it's in living color, you've been eating some pretty good vegetables. Oh. I'm probably too old for you guys to understand that.
Actually,
yeah,
I do.
It's a joke, but it's lame.
It was lame.
I remember that one. I'm not going to respond to it, but I remember it.
It was pretty similar to what Mando was joking about earlier, and I couldn't laugh. I'm sorry.
All I could say is bring back Handyman. He was the greatest superhero ever.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys this. The last 2 weeks, I've done something that I pretty much never do, and I went to a movie both weekends. One of them was when I was having to chaperone my father for a thing that caused me not to be able to be here for the fapping facility on Friday or Saturday.
Right.
Due to his electrocution, sure.
And the other one was, well, I was just kind of bored and didn't want to deal with people in the hobby shop and doing a massive game that wouldn't have allowed me to chat with anyone else. So, first week I went ahead and saw the Masters of the Universe movie.
Oh, yeah?
What'd you think?
If you go in expecting a superhero toy movie, basically mix Transformers with any of the Thor movies, you're not going to be disappointed. If you go in expecting high cinema, you're an idiot.
No.
So basically, don't expect it to be any good. Gotcha.
No, it's a fun ride, especially if you have any nostalgia for the 80s.
Critical Drinker said,
I heard Skeletor was really cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was probably the only role that Jared Leto has played that he was actually worth a shit.
Okay. let me put it this way, and this is for those of you that don't like spoilers. You're going to want to mute this for about 2 minutes because there is going to be a bit of heavy spoilers in here, and I don't give a fuck. There is woke shit in the movie.
Oh yeah.
However, there are 2 reasons I think that they did that, and one of the reasons directly ties into the story. One, this is an Amazon product.
Mm-hmm.
So it carries a lot of the baggage that Amazon products carry. 2, on Earth, Adam, I refuse to use the term He-Man to discuss this character. That is the lamest, stupidest name ever.
It is. I agree.
He works in HR.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, he brings that to every fight in the movie.
Oh, God.
It's cringe as fuck, but funny as fuck at the same time. Before he transforms into his alter ego the first time, he's arguing with the Trapjaw character, trying to do the HR talk them down bullshit.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. When he activates the sword, unlocks his ability, he basically just throws the guy around, and the entire time he's looking over his shoulder at Duncan and Tila and going, I'm actually doing this.
Duh.
This is actually working. So he's trying to celebrate at the same time he's trying not to get his ass kicked.
Oh, God.
Well, go ahead.
That you can't not laugh at that.
Right.
I got to watch part of it on someone else's stream.
Mm-hmm.
And then the stream got deleted altogether.
No surprise.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you about it later, but yeah.
I'm not gonna say the movie's for everyone. This should give you an indication of how bad my taste in movies is. I thought the first G.I. Joe live action movie was actually worth watching. I still think the first live action G.I. Joe movie is worth watching. I'm a child of the 80s.
I've seen parts of it. Did people actually die in that movie?
In the filming, I don't think so, but there were.
No. I mean, in the movie, did they die?
The characters, you mean?
Yeah, there were Cobra Troopers that got zapped left and right.
Okay, so it wasn't the cartoon.
No,
one.
fuck no. Oh, hell
'Cause
no.
nobody died in the cartoon ever, and I fucking
I mean,
hated that.
dude, that was 1980s in general. I mean, you got the A team who could never hit the broadside of a barn with a sniper rifle.
Right.
Uh,
Well,
Okay.
they were all about suppressive tactics.
I mean,
Well,
it was
whatever.
everywhere in the 80s.
Hang
Yeah.
on. I'm gonna correct you just ever so slightly, Doc. The A team couldn't hit the broadside of a barn indoors with a tactical nuke.
Right, they're
Yes.
terrible. I mean, it was made to be quote unquote violent but non-violent at the same time.
It was supposed to be family friendly violent. That's
Right,
why
it was dumb.
that's why in the Funimation He-Man cartoon from years ago, he had that big ass fucking sword, but he only did shoulder throws.
Yeah, he never hit anybody with the sword.
Right.
Yeah, he literally judo through everybody around and somehow still managed to win. I don't know how the fuck that ever worked.
All right, we're going to get this solved right now. Tom Laundry, what the fuck does that mean?
Chill
I
hamster with a
see
knife.
you hamster murderers? What the fuck does that mean?
Is that a period on the end? Okay.
Yeah, it is a period on the end. Family.
I'm not even going to try to argue that or
I
just
doubt.
figure that out.
And he's not well, maybe he has to think about it himself. But yeah.
If you have, okay, I'm going to say something that is going to sound really weird coming out of my mouth.
Oh, it's Dr. Ginger? I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm lost on that one. Sorry.
No, I think he's saying that that's another screen name that he uses.
Well, still, are you talking? You're the ginger hamster?
Surely not.
What he's trying to say. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm honored to have you.
So we're
go
playing
fuck yourself.
charades. We're playing charades. We're playing charades. First word sounds like.
Oh boy, Tom, you are unhinged, man.
No, I'm not hamster, he says.
You are unhinged.
Oh, you
Tommy.
like that? Welcome to have you. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
You like that?
yeah, exactly. You are unhinged, man.
Oh, dude. What's really funny is when I do that to one of the managers at work.
Oh boy.
And there's a couple of them I've done that to them. Glad to meet you. Go fuck yourself.
Okay, there is a individual from one of the foreign offices for my company who comes to U.S. probably once every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
The last time he came up this way, he made it a point to swing by my cubicle to introduce himself.
Well, we bet you do.
This guy comes up, he introduces himself, and without missing a beat, I looked at him and I'm like, "Oh, so are you here to learn how to properly do one of these requests that your team keeps screwing up?" Yeah, I got a harsh talking to from my boss over that one.
I'll bet you did, because you insulted the fuck out of him. That's funny as fuck. I love it.
What was even funnier is he was from our European office. Tommy, you know where the European office is.
Does he smell like stinky cheese?
I don't have a sense of smell anymore to identify that.
That's true. I forgot about that. You can't smell nothing.
Oh, so he's a French.
I can neither confirm nor deny. Oui, oui, yeah, yeah.
So he's a surrender monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
He wear brown trousers.
let me put it this way. He was kind of offended that particular day when he came to visit, I had my Death Corps Krieg infantry up on my workstation as the desk ornaments. And he mistakenly thought that they were Kaiserreich soldiers from the First World War.
This is a person that has no grasp of history.
Yeah, when I explained to him just what the heck they were and what the Death Corps actually was supposed to represent and be a kind of a parody of, the glazed look on his face was all I needed to know about how much attention he actually paid to anything.
I would say yes, Chrome Dome. And I like this one too. You guys are terrible.
Gentlemen, we really should stop calling the French surrender monkeys. They would
Yeah,
lose. They would lose a war to monkeys.
Mm-hmm. Once the shit starts flying, they're fucking surrendering. Look at what's happening in Paris right now. The shit started flying, and the fucking the fucking Eiffel Tower burned down.
Here's the fucked up thing that I've noticed. The French government can't or won't fight with a shit.
They can't.
People, on the other hand, are more than happy to throw down.
Yep.
Right. But they get arrested the minute they start standing up for themselves. It's the same thing that's happening in Britain proper.
Which, by the way, to the folks in Ireland, I'm greatly appreciating my Irish-sided ancestry at the moment. Mm-hmm. Normally, I'm saying that about the German side of my ancestry, but right now, the Irish are definitely showing that they had a reason to be there.
The Irish don't put up with shit for very long before the Troubles start. And they called them the Troubles for a good reason.
Oh, yeah.
And the Troubles are coming back, without a doubt.
Okay. One of the jokes my boss likes to make, because he's Irish in ancestry as well, is that all the pubs owned by his clan over in Ireland have mirrors because they have some of the prettiest women in all of Ireland. Now, I kind of hurt his feelings a little bit when I told him that probably don't stack up to ladies from Finland or certain parts of northern Germany.
Well, or even South America.
Now,
or anywhere around the world.
Tommy, different tastes. But I told him, hey, you guys do you. I'm not going to go back in time to tell them that they're in the wrong.
No.
I want to survive the trip.
And I've seen beautiful Irish women.
Oh, yeah, there's some that are absolute knockouts.
They're all 15 and you can't touch them. Unless you're one of those.
Or they're in arranged marriage situations, because they still do that over there.
Are you talking like a child sniffer? Are you not one of those?
No, I'm not one of those. I will compliment a beautiful little girl, but that is it. You're a pretty little glass, and walk away.
The most I will say is that somebody's a pretty girl, and like you, Tommy, I will not go any further than that, and I will find an excuse to be anywhere else in the room.
I don't even
All you can do is offer the compliment and walk away.
I don't even tell them that.
Well, in some countries, in some cultures, that's actually enough to be put on a list.
Mm-hmm.
And not the list that you are on for engaging with those. It's more the list of, oh, he's insulted our family.
Really?
Yeah. In some European cultures, not offering a bare minimum of a compliment to female members of the family is enough to get you on the beat on site list.
Oh, wow.
No, Tom, you do not say that.
Tommy, can you confirm or deny what I'm mentioning when it comes to certain European cultures, that if you don't at least offer lip service to what the hostess and the eldest female child appears, you're likely to get yourself on the beat on site list?
If they are a host especially, this can happen. Or if they are somebody of standing within the community that is possibly offering welcome. If you do that, if you're a ditch pig and walk away, you're beat on site list.
For a really good cultural example, Doc, that a lot of people don't realize. In Germany,
God damn it, Tom.
when you are invited to somebody's home for dinner, it is
Mhm.
customary to bring a single rose for the lady of the house.
As a thank you for the invite.
Exactly. You never bring a red rose.
Mm-mm.
Well, the red is for love, right?
Yes.
That is exactly right. If you bring a red
Courtship.
rose, you're expressing a romantic interest in one of the females in that household.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are not of age, which in Germany it's kind of a weird thing, I'm not going to go into the details on it.
It's weird. Yeah.
And if it's in Germany, it's a weird if you bring it and they're right on the cusp, that turns into a very uncomfortable situation very quickly.
Yeah,
I
there's
will
going to be a
let you-
long conversation.
I will let you use your imagination for what kind of uncomfortable it is.
Yeah.
Because it can go one of a few different ways. And I saw it happen a couple of times. It was not good.
Huh.
Especially if you speak a little bit of Deutsch.
Especially if you speak it poorly and can't actually communicate.
Well, I know very few words. Shiza is one of them.
Scheiße. Hosenscheiße.
Let,
Or,
let,
Scheiß
or
Kopf.
shit.
let,
Well,
let me,
Hosenscheißer's pants
Bloodhound.
crapper. That's a
I
child.
don't know.
well, here,
Hound.
Doc, let me put you this way. And this was especially true back in my early 20s when I was over in Europe. I could pass physically as a German national.
Mm-hmm. I could
Nice.
see it.
I used to speak just enough German to be able to get around in most cities.
Yeah.
I wasn't good at it. I definitely had an American accent to German ears,
Right.
but I at least made the effort to try to speak the language, which
Got it.
over there goes a long way to being respected.
Well, anywhere that you go, if you try to communicate in their language, however poorly it may be, it is a compliment to them that you're trying to interact.
Not when you're dealing with the French.
That's not true. It depends on how you present yourself.
Well, okay, to
French.
be fair, it also depends on what part of France you're talking about.
Right. If you're in Paris, you're fucked no matter what.
Lovely.
There's also a couple other cities that's the case in, but here's something I found absolutely hilarious. During what was called a staff ride that I was allowed to participate in, we went to Rothburg and Würzburg, two of the oldest surviving walled cities in Europe.
Mm.
And from the names, you would expect they're in Germany. They're just over the French border.
Yeah, they're on the line, which was German French territory, and it's switched sides so many times it's not even funny.
Yeah.
No, Alsace-Lorraine.
Now, I when I went there with my unit for that particular event, I tried to speak French to them because it was on the French side. And it was one of these things where I was laughed out of the first restaurant that I went to try to grab lunch.
Did
And
they
the-
laugh at you in German?
No, they laughed at me in French. The second one I went to, they were like, okay, just use German. You're much better at it. Or just stick with English. We don't care.
They were a border town, so they
So
yeah.
it's French with the German accent.
Ironically enough, the one where they told me just to use English or stick with German, the guy who said that to me was a local boy who had a British accent so thick that you almost would think that he was Canadian.
He learned the hard way. Canadians don't have an accent, eh?
Well, apparently they do when they're trying to speak anything other than English or French Canadian.
That might be. I've never seen
But-
that.
But
Well,
then again, I also know for a fact that, and because I've been told this, when I get upset enough or excited enough, I start developing a bit of a English accent from the time I spent down in Edinburgh.
That doesn't surprise me. I start getting a southern drawl the minute I'm around anybody from Georgia.
Well,
Oh,
welcome to Georgia.
What?
Yeah.
When I was getting ready to leave active duty, there was about a 3-week period where I had a thick English accent to the point where a British soldier that was there for training at Fort Irwin comes up to me and goes, "What part of the aisle were you on?"
Where were you from, mate?
I looked at him and go, my unit was, or one of the units I was in was temporarily assigned to a hospital unit just outside Edinburgh for about 6 months. And he goes, "Oh, that explains it."
I work with a guy that has a near perfect American proper English accent. He has no northern accent. He has no southern accent. He has no California accent.
Oh, he's from Idaho.
No. Peru.
Peru.
I was like, wow.
Wow.
Here's the really funny thing. I have never heard anyone say that there is such a thing as a Missouri accent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my grandmother had one.
Yes, there is.
Yes,
there is.
Let me finish this statement, then you can jump all over it, because I know for a fact there is. I've heard it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, for me personally, I don't know if it's because I spent time outside of Missouri early on when I was learning to enunciate, or if it's because of the fact that I worked hard to not have a Missouri accent. But literally, if I start speaking German, I will pick up for about a 30-minute period afterwards a slight German lilt to my speech patterns.
Yep.
I'll start getting the British accent when I start getting overly excited. When I was able to speak French, I would pick up a little bit of a French accent to what I would speak. And I know for a fact I speak French through my nose, so I'm not going to try it here.
Well, French should be spoken through the nose. That's why they sound the way they do.
But the thing is, I don't know if it's because of where I grew up or the fact that I actively tried to suppress it or what, but I can sound different based on the language I'm trying to use.
Mm.
It freaks people the hell out.
It's called a mimic, and it's actually a natural thing that humans do. I start to pick up the local accent even though I don't speak the language. In Colombia, they, unless I started speaking English, didn't know.
Let me
I just fit in that well, and what little Spanish I used, they didn't. Oh, he must be from the hills.
Okay, Tony, you might laugh at this, especially if you've ever seen the show I'm about to mention. There's a scene in the original Battlestar Galactica where an extra asks Dirk Benedict's Starbuck character, "How did you know I'm a Taurus?" And this particular character was supposed to be a playboy, but rather than him saying he's hooked up with multiple Taurons over the years, he's like, the dialect.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't realize you can actually kind of ascertain a rough idea where people are from the way they use their language.
So let me ask you a question. Are you going to go have a seat on the Davenport when you leave here?
No, that's not really in the plans at this point in time.
Funny fact is that
But he knew exactly what I just said. Does anybody else?
No,
Apparently
not
not,
a fucking
so.
clue.
Davenport was a furniture company. Davenport was slang for couch in Missouri.
Couch.
Yep.
And my grandmother would always yell at us about jumping on the Davenport and get you out of here. Go down yonder.
Yep, yonder is a definite Southern word.
No.
In other words, get the
Very
fuck
so.
out of here.
I'll tell you
I'm tired
another.
of your
I'll
asses.
tell you another common one is over.
Over?
If you know where Over's at,
You're way
know.
off the curb if you know where that's at.
It's over.
Well,
That's where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar. Like Justin Peterson's accent is very regional to Alberta. It's a Peace River accent.
Well, here's something
And
I
he
used
is
to,
distinct.
here's something I used to do to the folks in the army that used to piss them off. If I was having to give directions to somebody I didn't like, I would literally go or look at him, go, well, you need to go get on the road, take a right, go down yonder a stretch till you reach the chow hall, take a left, go a spell to the PX, and if you pass the guy in the old rocking chair, you've gone too far.
Yep.
Turn where the cows are.
Right. My favorite was go down to the red barn.
Oh,
If there's a brown cow in the field, you're in the right spot.
the
Give them
thing is,
general directions.
Yeah.
the thing is, I would do that to people when I was in a chem recon platoon.
Oh man, I'll be right back. I got to do something.
So if I was out forward in my Fox and having to give people directions, if it was someone I didn't like, that's the way I would give them the directions.
Yep.
And then when somebody I did, or that I at the very least had a tolerance for, would come on and go, explain that, I'd give them the 8-digit grid.
Right.
You don't know how many lieutenants I gave those directions to because I knew they wouldn't be able to figure it out any other way.
They wouldn't be able to figure out the 8-digit grid.
Okay, truth be told, we just need to go ahead and be fair about this. Your average Butterbar lieutenant couldn't find their way to a Burger King if you gave them a Ouija board, a golden retriever, and a GPS.
They can't find their ass with both hands.
I can't agree to that.
Well, especially because they got to pull their head out of their ass first
Well,
to find the fucking thing.
Tommy, the only reason I can't agree to that is one of the surgeries I was in on in Germany was a rectal cheek reduction on what was otherwise a 7 female lieutenant.
So she found her ass with her own fist, huh?
Something like she had a Brazilian butt lift done in Germany.
Oh God!
And we had to undo it because they screwed it up.
Well, they always screw those things up because they usually just shove fucking industrial silicone in their ass.
Yeah, I don't think that's the substance that was used.
Ooh, Tom, saucy.
The amount of damage done with this material, I don't think it was industrial silicon either.
Oh, it was even worse. Was it cement?
Yeah.
Because I've heard of that one too.
All I can say for certain, because I never saw the lab report, was it was rubbery. That
could have been blackjack, like he used to repair roofs with.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is I still had my sense of smell at that time, and I regret it to this day.
It could have been glue.
Yeah.
What I honestly think it was is something very similar to the plastic cement that I use today for my Warhammer miniatures.
That's a very good
what I'm talking about.
Also.
And even at that, I really don't want to know.
Wow.
There are certain things you encounter doing any job that you look at the person that you're encountering it on behalf of or due to, and you straight up tell them, I don't want to know. Just give me enough information to get the job done and get out of my way.
Billy Mays.
I don't think it was Flex Seal. This was back around 2005.
Well, I'm Billy Mays.
But wait,
God.
We've got.
Did you guys ever watch any of the Djibouti
look at that.
dubs? Did you ever watch any of the Djibouti dubs?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Oh my God. There was one about the no odor. And he's got a skunk by the tail. And he's talking about it smells like shit. It's just fucking hilarious. Oh, the old ones were awesome. The new ones suck. Anyway, sorry, kind of derailed that conversation, but
Yeah, that's fine. I will say this much: everyone likes/gets upset by the cyst barn. When we use the syringe to drain this substance, the stopper of the syringe ended up getting embedded into the opposite wall.
oh god, that was a solvent.
Yeah, it was.
There used to be a whole series of YouTube videos of people rupturing these cysts.
Dude, I have watched so many of those.
It's just
I'm
gross.
fascinated by them. It's not
And
gross.
people start puking because they smell so bad.
Yeah.
See, okay, if you've got an odor from something like that, that means you're septic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
means you
if
need
it's
to be,
putrid, it's rotten.
and that means you need to be getting it lanced in a hospital setting.
It's
Mhm.
anaerobic at that point.
Not
That too.
not by Billy Bob or Tommy Lee or
Or Billy
Sally.
Mays.
Let me take out my jackknife.
Yeah, not by
Here, let me suck the poison out for you.
Ugh.
you don't want to be getting that treated by broken pine out on the oil field.
Mhm.
You need to be in a clinic. You need to be having somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. Now,
Actually, if I'm on the oil field, that's the guy I want treating me because he
Now-
probably knows how to fuck to deal with it.
Now, if it's just a regular acne spot on your back that's less than a dime size in diameter, no biggie. But if there's a smell or if there's a color other than white or black, don't deal with that anywhere other than a hospital.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you the story of what I went through in Laramie, Wyoming. Always wore a pocket knife in my front right hip or front right pocket, right?
As you do.
As you do. That's where you put it. It's always there, and it's always a utility device. It's not for stabbing people in the heart.
Exactly.
Carmelo.
Yet.
Watermelon felon.
Yeah. So anyway, that was at the same time I was dealing with a boxer's fracture in my hand
Oh, God.
and didn't get it treated or set.
Oh, you poor dumb fuck.
Well, I think it was just a crack because I could still use it. It just anytime I put pressure on it, it hurt like a motherfucker. Anyway, I think you would probably call it an abscess, but it was an ingrown hair, I think.
It would have been an abscess.
Agitated by the pocket knife in my pocket, writing on it.
Oh,
So
you poor soul. I already know where this is going.
I ended up with what kind of looked like a pimple, but it was deep
Mm-hmm.
in my leg.
Yep.
And not knowing any better, I took said pocket knife, cut the fucker open, and picked it out with it. And then packed it full of Neosporin.
How many weeks were you unable to walk?
I was fine. In fact, it relieved all the pain immediately after I did this. What I pulled out of the hole was about the size of a peanut, and it was solid gel, and it was black and green on the inside.
Tommy, you got lucky.
Oh yeah, I know. I've always been that way. You would be surprised what I've done in my life.
The mass that you just described, you would have been put under a local anesthetic, and it would have been at least a 5-minute procedure to get that drained.
There was no draining. It was cut it out.
No. In a surgical setting, that's the actual term.
They may call it a draining, but there was no draining it. There was no fluid. I literally cut that fucker in an X, grabbed the center of it with the pocket knife and popped it out of there. It was like a cord. And then I packed the fucking wound with Neosporin because that's what I had.
Neosporin is probably the only thing that actually kept you from having a really nasty. But
Well,
you
you got to realize I grew up on a farm. I used to deal with shit like that all the time on the animals too.
okay,
And I never had one die.
You will appreciate this story. I think I've told you guys about this one jack wagon that I dealt with in Fort Campbell before. I'm not going to tell you his name, but he was allegedly a former NCO who got knocked down in rank during a divorce.
Mm.
And this guy was a complete and total douchebag.
No,
He
the divorce
ruptured-
interfered with the command and everything else.
Yeah,
So
he ruptured one of my eardrums during combatives class. Did it deliberately.
Boxed you in the head. Is
Yep.
that the guy? I
Yep.
think you've talked about this guy a few times.
Yep. Well, before I left the unit, at the last FTX that I had to deal with him on, he had to come out late due to having to go to medical.
Mm-hmm.
He had an abscess on the taint.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
And every 3 days, he had to be repacked.
God.
They loaded probably an entire roll and a half of gauze into this area on this guy on a regular basis.
Yep.
The
antiseptic or what antibacterial gauze packing.
Yep. The first
Pull out
sergeant,
an inch, cut it off, and repack the wound.
the first sergeant got tired of having him shipped back to the containment area to have that done. And he was like, well, you're the only one here who used to be a medic, so can you take care of this? I looked at the first sergeant and was like, is he in pain? And first sergeant was like, yeah, he's in absolute agony. I'm like, no, he can live with it. And Top was like, this is the first time I ever said no to this first sergeant. He was like, wait, what? Like, after the level of hell this guy has put me through over the last 4 years, or correction, 2 years, he can live with it. And if he has a problem with it, he can get over his pain in the ass.
Pain in the
How
taint.
the fuck do you get an abscess in your taint?
It started out allegedly as an ingrown hair.
Yeah, bullshit.
There's many ways that can happen. If you're not taking care of your ether regions and changing your underwear, regularly, and keeping yourself clean, that can cause an ingrown hair and an abscess.
And this guy wanted to have everyone think that he was a former Special Forces NCO.
Yeah.
Which
So
meant
he probably went commando all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not a good thing either.
And the only reason I know about that part is, well, Chemical Corps had to do decon training with this guy.
Mm-hmm. There's a good reason for wearing underwear.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what you think.
And the other element to that particular thing is during decon training, they always used to tell you to have your PT shorts on under your uniform so you could maintain some modesty.
Because you're going to have to strip.
This guy did not do that.
Dumbass. He just wanted to wave his dick in the breeze and get it tear gassed.
Well, yeah, he did that. He did that one time with a CS chamber I was running.
Dumbass. God.
I'm gonna call it night, guys. I'm tired as fuck. So
all right, fine. Take
All
care,
right,
man. Oh God.
Yeah. But when I heard that guy scream from the having to do decon in the CS chamber, yeah, I was quite happy with myself.
Oh, stupid fucker.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the guy that wears contacts when they tell you make sure you're not wearing contacts when you go into the gas chamber.
Well, there's a slight different mechanic there.
There is, but you know what I'm saying. It's the same
yeah.
stupidity, bravo, that Yeah.
Well, and
bravado.
the thing is, allegedly, the CS gas can melt the contacts to the lens of your eye.
Yep.
I never saw that happen, but I can kind of understand where the concern would be.
Well, I've seen or heard about cases where they did, and it didn't weld it to their cornea, but it caused the fact that it etched the cornea and they had blurry
Mhm.
vision for life afterwards.
Pretty much. And the thing is, a thing that always wigged people out is I actually had a medical questionnaire that people had to fill out before one of my CS chambers.
Good.
And the very first question on it every time was, are you pregnant or trying to become pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not because it necessarily causes harm to the fetus.
Mm-hmm.
The pepper in the CS can cause irritation down below.
Yes.
And if you've just engaged in coitus as a
Mm-hmm.
female, yeah, there's not exactly a good solid barricade, if you get my meaning.
It's already slightly raw.
Yeah, no matter how prepared you were before the act itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's part of the act.
The number of times that I had female soldiers scream like crazy when they got into the chamber before they ever got their masks off told me just how many of them were lying on that questionnaire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or they had a yeast infection.
Or both, because that was actually question number 2.
Was it?
Remember, before I was chemical, I was medical.
Right.
So
Well, and these are all things that people don't think about.
And I knew to cover all the bases because I didn't want to be dealing with the potential complaint, and I didn't want the command dealing with a potential complaint.
It's like, hey, I asked them, and here's the sheet. Yeah. Most people don't understand that that's actually a fact.
Yeah, and the command team, the very first command team I did this with, they were like, "Oh, this is a little overkill." Until a former Marine female NCO goes in and, well, I'm not going to even go into detail, but it was quite entertaining.
It ended poorly, let's just say that.
Oh, for her it did. Everyone else thought it was funny as all get out. Except for the other part of why she didn't find it funny. When her husband over in Afghanistan found out.
Yeah. Sounds kind of like roast beef.
Yeah, that medical forum saved my butt and my commander's butt that particular day.
I've told you guys the story of roast beef, hasn't I?
You have.
Yeah. That was a fun one. I kind of wonder if she's still alive.
We
don't care.
Actually, we don't, but I'm kind of wondering.
Tommy, this is going to sound really stupid, but periodically I will actually look up some of the soldiers that I served with that I didn't necessarily get along with on Facebook, just to see if they still have a pulse.
See, I'm not on Facebook and never will be. And I think it drives my family nuts because they use Facebook and they always want to keep tabs on what you're doing and control you. And I'm never going to be on Facebook. I've told them all, nah, I don't use that shit. Don't use Instagram. Don't use Facebook. You can fuck off.
I use Facebook because some of the guys that I served with do use it, and that's how we keep in contact with each other.
I don't have any contact with anybody I served with.
There's 2 or 3 of them that I still communicate with on a regular basis.
I get it. You were in a lot longer than I was. I was only 4 years, and by that time, I hated everybody.
And one of the guys that I still keep tabs on in Facebook is an individual who I halfway jokingly state is the closest thing to a brother I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So I I keep track on it of him periodically, and he doesn't seem to be.
I get it. And there's no problem with that. There's no issue with it actually at all. If you want to use Facebook, use it.
And the other thing I like to do is, since I'm retired officially now, and they can't say or do shiza, all of the
don't bet on that.
All of the anti-Pride Month memes that float around, because at least my former buddies are very much swinging in that direction, I will scare the living daylights out of them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll come back with, "I didn't realize you were such a hateful bigot." My response is usually, "It's a joke. I didn't realize you were that thin-skinned."
Yeah. Or you were that much of a faggot.
No. The one of them who usually gets the most upset, we all knew she was a lesbian. And she and I generally get along because, quite frankly, I don't care.
Right.
But typically I'll share something like, "Trump has signed an executive order banning this thing for this month." And she'll just be going on and on and on about it, and I'll respond back to her message, "Do you realize this has been banned before by other administrations for a lot of the same thing? You're only upset
same reasons.
You're only upset because it's Donald Trump."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, TDS.
They don't like it when you point little facts like that out.
Honestly, guys, did you catch any wind of Vance on The View yesterday?
I caught a tiny bit.
I have not. I don't watch anything mainstream media anymore.
Well, just watching the reviews of it in the conservative media is hilarious, for one, because they just play it verbatim. They don't, and they just give their opinion on it after they play the verbatim. He fucking put everybody in their place, and all those fucking cackling whores were fawning over JD like he was the greatest thing. And then he went in there and just fucking put them in their place. It was hilarious, honestly.
Okay, so did he go in with the verbal equivalent of a flamethrower?
No, he went in there with the silver tongue and slashed him like a knife.
You know the sad thing? That's probably the wettest any of them have been in years.
Yeah, they didn't know how to deal with it because he treated them respectfully and told them they were fucking wrong to their face, and then backed it up with receipts.
Oh, that breaks so many of those people's brains.
It did. And it was funny. I heard a quote today from Joy Behar. She said something about her not agreeing with JD Vance, but she treated him with respect, and she really enjoyed the interview. And then she backtracked and said, "Because I respect the office of the vice president." Yeah, bitch, you were fangirling him. She was too. She was fangirling the shit out. So was Whoopi.
Like I said, that was probably the closest to the peak that those women have been at for years.
Yep.
Look at what they get to look at every day. Bunch of soy boys.
That and a bunch of fucking dried up bitches that are fucking
women.
bitter.
Well,
hang on.
Before you point that out, I'm gonna point this out. Look at what they've allowed themselves to look at over the last several years, because they're part of the problem that's caused all of this.
They're the ones choosing the guest pool.
Well, I'm talking about this at a cultural level as well.
Well, that too, yeah.
And how many of these cackling cat ladies more or less made traditional masculinity damn near illegal?
Mm-hmm. Made it, at the very least, toxic. Oh my God. I still think it was funny as fuck how Tom Selleck dealt with Rosie O'Donnell when she went after him about guns.
Oh, that was a great one.
God, that was fucking hilarious how he dealt with her.
I forgot about that one.
Oh, man. And she still is bitter about that. Because she was wrong.
Well,
she's proven wrong.
She's a raging cunt, and she knows
She
it. She
is.
just don't care.
okay, I'm gonna point something out. Rosie O'Donnell being wrong, that's basically a Tuesday.
Right. Well, it's any day that ends with a Y.
Wait a minute. I thought that was Boy George.
Does it
Her
really
too.
matter?
Interchangeable.
Right. I thought it was funny. There's a bunch of jokes going around that they're pissed off at Ireland at sending her back. God damn it. Of course, when Trump asked the Irish premier, the premier of Ireland, not Northern Ireland, if he would take Rosie O'Donnell, he says, I don't know who that is, and no, we don't want her. He knew exactly who it was.
Well, okay, Tommy, you know this as well as I do. There's a running joke in a lot of European countries that if America doesn't want somebody, they don't want them either.
No, they don't. Uh-oh.
And
There's
it
a
doesn't-
lurker in here. There's a lurker in here.
What we got?
As soon
What
as
we
he
got?
pops in, there, get him, get him, get him.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
Sean.
What are you trying to do? Sick a dog on me?
You got
Yeah.
dethroned, Mando. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't care.
We said there was a lurker in here.
There we go. I just
Yeah.
popped in.
You're
good
welcome
to see
to
you
join
again.
us. It's nothing exciting tonight. We're all just a bunch of idiots.
So it's a snafu.
Yeah, situation normal, all fucked up.
Right.
Which
No,
one?
Pine went to bed already. What the hell happened to Vinny? Vinny fell off. I think he had to go take care of his perch.
Yeah.
He had a nice batch of perch fish that he caught.
Well, Vinny was also on his phone, so it could probably
Yeah.
be the same issue that StreamYard seems to have with everybody's phones.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I gave up on mine.
What? What the fuck? Oh God, dude!
Dear
Did
God.
I mention anything about nipples, Plantation Mac? You sick fuck!
I will say that out of all the sick things we have talked about,
That's the
Plantation Mac
sickest.
almost made me choke up there.
Yeah, that was disgusting. I might have to boot him tonight.
You know, I feel like I need to decontaminate my eyeballs after just reading that comment.
Yeah, you're on notice, Mac. Keep it up. I'll kick your ass.
But given the number of disgusting things I've discussed, and that's causing me to want to go through decon, that should say something.
Well, what we were discussing were physical problems, not self-inflicted issues. Really. Though I don't know about that taint abscess. That's different.
Yeah, that yeah. I don't have nightmares over that per se, but like I've joked repeatedly, there are things stuck in my head that I would love to forget.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'll
yeah.
tell you guys honestly, I understand the whole taint abscess thing. Between 5th and 6th grade, summer break, I wiped a little hard with the toilet paper and caused a boil to form right next to my butthole.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's
And-
nothing, Tommy.
And I spent a week on the couch until it burst, and then I wore a sanitary napkin for 2 days.
Let me tell you what's worse than that. My cousin, back when we were children, he'd play in the woods all the time because that's what we did back in the 80s. Well, he and I both are highly allergic to poison ivy.
Oh no.
And
I don't know anybody that's not.
Well, his brother, believe it or not, is not allergic to it. Anyway, he decided to do a .com Indian move instead of going into the house to relieve himself.
Oh no.
And he used.
And
Did he use the leaves of 3 to wipe with?
He used the leaves
Oh.
of 3 to clean underneath and paid a heavy price for it.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's a bad day.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a bad
that
month.
seems like a real bad fucking day.
Okay. I'm in southern Missouri. That's where I live. I also went to several training events on Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Um, poison ivy,
Oh, dude,
poison ivy, and poison oak are endemic in this region.
oh yeah,
Yes.
and
In much
sumac.
of the United States, in fact.
Sumac as well.
Um, when I was going through chemical recon Fox training, we had a couple of the fresh from AIT privates sneak away during the FTX to get it on.
Mm-hmm.
They did it in
Roxy,
the
stop it.
engineer taped off area. On Leonard Wood, when they engineer tape things off in the summertime, it's because it's poison ivy or poison oak.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
They thought because there was no one in that area, that'd be a good place to go. You had it on the roast beef area and the taint and the Hershey squirter. He had it all over the twig and berries.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Fireball meets firebush.
You're not off the mark. Well, because again, I was the only one there who had medical experience. They were like, "Hey, can you come take a look at this?" Like, why? Why don't you just send them back to the rear for a
Send them back to the raid station.
I take it that burning bush wasn't a symbol from God. I'm just saying.
No.
Actually, no, it was. Don't play with that fucking plant.
Well, I had to go take a look at it. The dude, he had the equivalent of a full sunburn all on the twig and berries from it.
Mm.
The chick was starting to blister.
Yeah. Oh.
Mm.
Oh. Did they call her
This is bad.
Sandpaper Sally 2 weeks afterwards?
No.
And then she just picked the scabs out and it was great.
Oh,
No.
come on, dude! I just
No.
ate, man. Oh,
Okay. In the chemical core, for anything other than MOS training, the FTX is literally your final exam to make sure that you actually retained what you were supposed to have learned in the course.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 weeks later, she was back at her regular unit. So I have no idea what they were saying about her. I will say this much. I have never been in so much sympathetic pain for anybody since looking at that particular wound.
Vent.
That would have been a really bad one. And no, Jimmy. No, Jimmy. I have never hooked up with a stripper. Shut your whore mouth.
Hey, Jimmy, this story is what your cornfield cougar slayer escapade could have led to.
Oh,
she's wanting out
Jesus.
bad.
She
Yeah.
just got out not too long
That's
ago.
insane, man.
No, she wants a
No,
treat
she's
because she knows
begging
we're
for
on the
treats.
air.
Yep. She's
Well,
being a cunt.
What was really sad with this particular couple? She wasn't even a queen for the year type. Tommy and Sean, I know you'll get that reference. Doc, if we need to explain that.
Well, we'll do it after. Yeah.
Who the hell's Timmy?
It's nothing.
Yeah. I've never done that either. I've never done cocaine.
Doc, it's nothing really nasty. It's just kind of derogatory and kind of cruel. Queen for a year type is a girl who under normal circumstances wouldn't get any male attention, but because she's stationed overseas with a bunch of horn dogs,
Yep.
she's getting all the attention.
Yeah. I see that regularly in manufacturing.
No Chrome Dome.
You have a whole house or whole building full of male, and then one female comes in there and works, And it doesn't matter what she looks like. She starts to look good over time.
Yeah, every dude's
Yeah, it's like a Garrison 4 turns into a deployment 7 or 8.
I mean,
Right.
yeah.
well, let's just be honest. The ugly female generally looks a hell of a lot better than a man.
Yes.
Just saying. You know.
Yes. Well, they got boobs.
You're not wrong.
So I'm going to answer Jimmy here real quick about this stripper thing. Nope. Never been with a stripper. Been with a couple of OnlyFans girls, but all right then. What have you been with? A couple of chickens or goats? Fuck off.
Oh,
Damn, Tommy.
Fucking hell.
You know, from my time in the barracks, I can share some really questionable source material.
We don't have to
Mhm.
because what happened in the barracks stays in the barracks, thank God.
Yeah.
Not always.
I've never
Well-
been in the barracks, and I have a good idea of what's going on in there.
In
so.
this forum, what happens in the barracks stays in the
Yeah.
barracks.
And honestly,
Alright.
Sean, you were Army, were you not?
Yes.
Do you really think we want to pollute any of these individuals' minds with some of the barracks bunny shenanigans that we would have seen?
Some of them were kind of funny.
Yeah, not the
But it's
majority.
been a
though.
long time since. Well, what's even funnier is when they marry them.
Oh God. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, that is like the ultimate dumbassery.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We had a few that did that.
I will say this: the girl I was dating in Fort Campbell wasn't technically a barracks bunny, at least at the time when I first met her. And I was seriously considering the big M word until she decided to ghost me in the middle of Fox school.
Dude, she did you such a favor. Oh, dude. Oh.
It hurts at the time, but
It still
what
hurts.
would have happened? You got
It-
more and more invested, and then she did
And
something
now the
worse,
the problem is it still hurts. Even
Yeah, you need to get over it, dude.
Yeah, she did you a favor, dude. I'm telling you,
No.
big time, big time.
But I can
What
see how
happened
it's hard to
25 years
understand.
ago
it wasn't 25 years ago.
or 35 years ago.
No. This was back in 2012.
Oh, still. But I will give you that. It took me 5, almost 6 years to get to a point where I would actually date a woman. Mind you, date a woman after my first divorce. That doesn't say I wasn't banging at whatever fucking hookers, spread her legs at me. No, I never paid for it, by the way.
Oh shit.
Shut up, outlaw.
Oh,
And
what a bunch of faggots.
it was 10 years before I stopped hating my ex-wife.
Damn.
Oh,
Decade.
The one I'm going to call the ghost for sake of this forum. She actually did so much damage to me psychologically that the only reason I was still going to church for a while was because my father was a Methodist preacher.
Mm.
Now, I finally worked that out of my system, but when you do that kind of damage to somebody, that says something about one or the other of the people, if not
Right.
both.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it says, but it says something.
All right.
And yes, I will admit I was a simp for this girl. I don't care. Insult me all you want.
We've all done it.
What?
That's how we learned.
Everybody's done it, dude.
All right. Who are we roasting? What are we doing?
not exactly
Riggs
any-
opened his mouth, so go after his ass.
Oh God.
Riggs, why?
I don't even know what the hell he's trying to say there, but this is what I had to play with.
No.
Through Matt.
You asked Riggs why.
Matty!
Riggs asked why not.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Good to see you, Betty. Honestly, good to see you too, Riggs. You fucking dickhead.
Fuck me, I guess.
Well, Outlaw, do you need to reach
Hey, he
around
wasn't-
tonight? I'll give you a hug.
He wasn't happy to see me either.
Oh no, I was
Yeah.
saying you
Not
were
bad.
just lurking.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only reason he was happy to see me is I was one of the first ones in here to make sure his stream actually would have somebody other than him to talk to.
Oh, I've done it before. Talked to myself all fucking night. Cried to myself to sleep too.
Yep.
Haven't we all?
I told you, man. I spanked the hell out of it that night, though.
I had simpery for one female for a long time, dude.
Plantation Mac, you're just a big dickhead. How does that make you feel?
What am I, chopped liver? Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Outlaw, status
Yeah.
report.
About what are you talking about?
Your comics. Where you at?
Excuse me.
What's
Oh,
going on? Is
I'm
there a
right at-
school bus yet?
I'm
Oh,
about
no.
halfway through season 2.
Damn. You're moving along, sir.
Oh yeah.
Spanking the night away. That's right.
Mhm.
That's right, Chrome Dome.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
Tell you what, if it makes you happy, it makes you happy.
I mean,
Batty's here. You better,
Check,
What's
check,
up?
my check.
you guys better mind your P's and Q's because the bar tab is due.
The Granny Slayer has arrived.
Granny Slayer.
I'm sorry, but I don't think Red Pill Rhino is here.
No, he
No, he's
is
just
out
a
of the
Cougar
game.
player.
He is out of the game. You guys got to give him some grief now about something else.
Is he poon maxing now? Is that what's
He's
going
a
on?
single. He's a single
Yeah.
mom slayer.
Yep.
Would you have another busy day today, Betty?
Kinda. You know, stuff is. Some things are closed today because of Father's Day weekend, so that's good. But sales are on
always
this
good.
weekend.
Yeah. How's
Might give me-
business doing?
Well, I got sick. What was that? The other week, and this week I've been recovering from being sick. So,
right.
I fell behind on my videos and marketing and whatnot. So, and besides, summer's here. You know, nobody. I don't know what people really want. I mean, I just like sewing. What can I say, man? And I got some really cool extra gear now. So I got all kinds of fucking clothes bags, duffel bags, chest rigs, tool bags.
I need to send you one of these, or you need to buy one or the other.
What do you got?
Because I think you could make a little fucking patch for that.
I got something similar to that. It's a small ham radio.
This one is a mesh-tastic node,
Sure.
which is pretty much along the same lines. The problem is it's got an off switch on here and a reset right there.
Mhm.
And then it's got the fucking bullshit here, which allows you to get through the menus.
Right.
And yeah, it's going to need kind of a specialty little pocket made for it so it
Oh my-
doesn't just reset constantly.
Well, my question is, how do you want to carry it? Because
Usually, you set them up on your shoulder so that the antenna's at the higher point.
right.
No,
'Cause
you
you-
just got to
you use
lean
them-
over to engage the bike.
Well, no, there is no mic on it. It's all text, and you use your cell
Oh.
phone to send the text. All that is
Okay.
it's just a radio node is all it is. You can
Nice.
send canned messages through it, and there is a free text option on it, but it's a bitch to use. It's like using a flip phone
Hey, Tommy.
without all the numbers on it.
Hey, Tommy. Here in a minute, I'm going to be calling it a night for the reasons we discussed before the stream.
Yeah.
I am going to show you something that's kind of a preview of a project I'm currently working in relation to 40K doing its new edition. And this is well outside of my usual wheelhouse.
Yes, that was discussed, Plantation Mac. It's not an issue here. That's actually pretty cool, dude.
This is a Eldar pirate. Now let's see if I can get the black light to actually work for once. And of course, it's only going to work halfway.
Everything else is glowing.
Yeah, unfortunately. The gun should be glowing a red and a yellow. The eyes should be glowing kind of an orange color. But unfortunately, the camera doesn't pick it up properly. I'm going to have to figure out a way to do that. Sorry about that.
That's all good. Yeah, pretty cool, man.
Yeah, figured you'd find that moderately amusing.
I like the way they did the cape and the flag and the molding.
Well, with that particular model, the flag was an optional element. I could have instead put a little blade-looking thing on the back armor, but I decided to go with the flag or the banner flag instead, just because of the fact that regular Eldar in 40K are essentially space samurai. They've got this weird, super disciplined way of doing everything. Literally everything. And I appreciate some of the thought process behind it, and other things I'm like, why? Just why?
Right.
But
I asked the same thing about 40K in general.
Why? Just why?
Yeah.
40K in general is actually kind of a parody of late 80s pop culture.
Yeah, I know it is. I know it is. And it's just the all-out war thing, and they've taken it so much further than that. It's just it's ludicrous speed, if you ask me, to make a Spaceballs reference.
Part of the reason why I went ahead for the new edition of 40K, I decided to go ahead and do Space Elves, specifically Space Elf Pirates, is it gives me an excuse to pick up a model of the Primarch Gilliman's Eldar girlfriend.
You're gonna make a fucking Galadriel, aren't you?
No.
Yep, I know he will. He will do it. Now that I put the plant in his mind, he's
No,
gonna do it.
I won't. Give me 1 second.
Sorry.
I'm gonna see if I can call up one of the. I'm gonna see if I can call up one of the memes, just because I actually own one of the 40K Gillimans.
Gillimans?
Huh?
One of the Primarchs.
I don't know what the hell that is.
Basically, he's known as Papa Smurf. In Warhammer 40K, it's a common joke that if you're not human, the Imperium wants to take you out. And the Space Marines, they don't like anything that's not human.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's a specific meme out there because Gilliman will not kill Yvrain, and Yvrain will not kill Gilliman. That I actually saw somebody live the meme a few weeks back. And I want to see if I can find it just to give you guys the context.
I just have a running thing through my head about the trailer park guys.
Huh.
What was the name of the one song they did? It sounded kind of like the Gilliman. I don't know. He's coming though, and it's not a good thing.
Okay, I just found the meme. I'm going to try to share my screen.
All right.
All right, should be up.
That's an anime joke right there, actually.
Most of these are anime jokes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Terrible. Terrible.
Terrible.
Yes, they are. Yes, they all are. But about a month ago, I literally saw a couple living that meme.
Oh God.
At a local grocery store, I saw a guy wearing a Warhammer 40K or a shirt that had the Warhammer 40K logo on it that said, "I come in peace."
Mm-hmm.
I started chatting with him, basically thinking, "Oh, you're a Tau player," all this other fun stuff. His girlfriend comes up, "Hi, I'm Peace."
Mm.
I'm just go, "You're Brandon Gilliman, huh?" They're like, "Yeah, how'd you know?"
Wow.
My response, "Yeah, I follow the 9th. Have a nice day."
Mm. Hey, they might have had another friend named Peace.
Well, the running joke for 40K fans are laced in this local area. The 9th Legion Blood Angels. If you're a fan of them, it's one of two things. You're either somebody with extreme anger management issues that likes to do artwork, or you're one of the few people who actually sees where the 40K universe is likely going, and you want to ride the plane into the scene of the crash.
You want to pull a what's his bucket from Doctor Strangelove?
Yeah, and you've seen my hobby stuff. I think you know which side I fall into.
I don't think you're a Slim's Pickens type character.
No, what I'm getting at is the hobby stuff. It's my anger management. It's my stress.
Oh yeah. There is that.
The 9th Legion Blood Angels. They are, put it politely, incredibly angry all the time.
Mm.
To the point where in the lore, there are times before a major firefight where several members of a company will go into a kind of psychotic rage that they can't break out of. And rather than kill them out of hand, they decide, we're just going to group you all together in something called the Death Company, point you in the general direction of what we want destroyed, and let you go. But on
it's
that
Seed Studio, Batty. And you're about ready to bug out. I get you.
Yeah, on that note, you all have a good night.
Take care, my friend.
All right,
Maybe
buddy.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Yep. We'll be here.
Is this the Tracker 1?
Yep. Tracker 1.
Is it Tracker 1 or Tracker 1 Pro?
Well, it's called a Tracker Pro, the one I've got, which just means it's got the GPS built into it. That's Seed Studio with 3 E's, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, building a pouch for this thing would be easy.
Yeah, they're just you just need a little pocket, really.
Yeah, so what I was thinking of just lining it with like yoga mat foam, the thinner layer of it, so the buttons don't actually
something with a little bit of cushion. Yeah, because actually the buttons on it are pretty stiff.
Are they recessed or?
No, they're not recessed. They're prominent.
Okay,
we should say proud, I guess is the correct term in engineering speak.
Yeah. So with the padding, all you gotta do is just turn it off, push it up against the foam so you can see where to cut where the buttons are.
Right. And I was also thinking just a little bit of a sling.
So you kind of want
that had some
chest mount.
That had some Velcro on it. And you just stick it to your chest piece or your backpack or whatever it may be. They sell a lot of these with actually a little bit of a solar panel on them, and you hang them off the back of your pack.
Huh. Yeah, I'm looking at them now on Google.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in fact, that might be something up your alley to start incorporating into your packs, because a lot of guys that like to go backpacking that would use your gear use these mesh nodes when they're running around, because one of the things they're used for is keeping track of your party in an area. So you can send a little message to your buddy, "Hey, I'm over here," and it'll give a coordinate to the person you're with of where you're at, and they can hone in on you and pick you up, and you can move on to the next objective. They're kind of neat little units.
Somebody's got a belt clip for it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Belt clips would be really cool for them. I've got a couple of belt clip things that go on it. I haven't attached one yet. I'm going to.
Right.
In fact, I was looking at structural adhesives today. I'm going to have to go over to the Ace Hardware and buy some because I was looking at it on Amazon. I could, if I'd have bought it earlier this afternoon, I'd get it to tomorrow for like $7. But I can go over to the Ace right now and I can buy it for probably $10. Be done with it. Pretty common shit. It's nothing like the aviation adhesives that I deal with all the time, but it doesn't take 4 hours to set like those either.
Oof.
Yeah, they take forever.
But when it sets,
oh fuck yeah, it's strong. It's real strong.
Yeah, there's a. I don't mess with anything that strong. Stuff. I use a variety of adhesives for Kydex leather and other, and some of them will set up in minutes, and some will take 24 hours.
Right. Well, and some of ours don't cure for a week, actually.
Oh boy, yes.
They'll set within 4. In other words, you can't do anything with it after 4 hours. In fact, most of them will tell you you have 20 minutes of working time, and then it will set at 4 hours.
Right.
And it takes 24 to 64 hours or 72 hours to actually fully cure. And when they say fully cure, that means all the off-gassing and everything, and it becomes the brick that it should be. They're kind of nasty, honestly.
I messed with some aircraft paint removal stuff once, and that changed my whole attitude for almost a whole day, and not in a way that anybody liked.
Play with navel jelly one of these days.
No. Anyway, yeah, the that paint remover was airplane grade. I mean, for that real hard enamel shit, and
yeah, it's meant to reduce the shit that can only be touched by toluene.
And I could literally feel it pass through my blood-brain barrier, and my brain chemistry just kind of slightly altered very acutely. And
I must warn you, your kidneys were very harshly affected by it also.
And I had to stay away from people for a couple of days.
I mean, are we talking about stuff worse than acetone?
Oh,
yes.
Fuck yeah.
Way worse.
I didn't properly ventilate.
Ooh.
So
I got one little whiff, just a teeny whiff, and it pissed me off.
Yeah, there's some of that shit that'll make you psychotic. It'll do all kinds of crazy shit to you. I had a very nasty exposure to toluene, which is a solvent that they use with those enamel paints, especially with stuff like bed liner or the rubberized coating they put underneath the cars. That's what they used. It destroys your liver and your kidneys. And I smell it now and I get nasty headaches like you wouldn't believe.
Xylene, I don't know which is worse, toluene or xylene.
Well, xylene, it's very similar in chemical structure. But yeah, they're both
more hydrocarbon chains.
Yeah, they're exceedingly toxic. Another one that we used to use for cleaning was MK methyl
ethyl ketone.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah,
MEK.
Anything with methyl ethyl is bad news, baby.
Yeah, it is.
Bad.
Well,
it's sweet smelling.
Methyl ethyl ketone it's more of it is kind of sweet smelling, but it's also more of an alcohol smell. But that shit instantly absorbs into your skin. It is bad shit. It immediately destroys your liver and your kidneys.
I learned that in hazmat when I was a volunteer fireman. Anything with methyl ethyl, fuck that shit. Get out.
Yep, stay the hell away from it.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yep, MEK. Nasty shit, hacksaw. Yeah, we finally actually got our process specs to remove it completely. I think the Boeing spec still tells you to clean your ground bonds. In the old spec still tells you to use it to clean your ground bonds. The new ones tell you to use isopropanol, fucking rubbing alcohol,
Right.
which is more than good enough, and it doesn't leave a film behind. MEK leaves a film behind too. That was the thing that always killed me.
All right, Tommy, this is what I got here. I got I found the dimensions for this thing.
Mhm.
So sometime this weekend, I'm gonna whip up a prototype pouch for it. It shouldn't be that hard. With option for the foam cushion in it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm thinking is I'll just give it a basic, Molly backing on it, because there's all kinds of weird ways you can attach that shit to everything nowadays.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Plus you just over the shoulder strap like you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And-
anything you just stick it to is the biggest thing, or
Yeah.
hang it from.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I can make an adapter for.
Well, it's got a loop on it that's built into them.
It's on the top, isn't it?
Yeah, that little loop right there.
Yeah, I don't need that. No, that's for something else.
Yeah, I mean, you just put a lanyard on it, is what it is.
Yeah, I'm just going to make a basic, just pouch with a flap on it, and just give it a couple extra, millimeters of space for adjustable foam.
Yeah, works for me, dude.
And I got tiger stripe, black multicam.
Use whatever you got the most of.
Oh man, I got
And
orange.
then there's other shapes of these things, like this one.
I tell you, you know what? I could probably just do a 4-way Velcro wrap, and you can just use it for
Yeah, make
pouches.
it almost universal. It's just a little webbing pack is literally what it amounts to.
Yeah,
'Cause
just
This
have
is
one.
another one, and it looks like a BlackBerry.
It does look like a BlackBerry.
Yeah, this is another one of those nodes. It just has it's a standalone, so you can actually use it you can type your messages into it.
Okay. Yeah, I've never made one of these pouches, but I've seen somebody else make it, and I'm like, that would just solve so many fucking problems. Just have like 3 wraps, one from the bottom, 2 from each side, have a flap come down.
Yep.
I was, the first time you showed it to me, I was getting too specific. I was like, going to make it all like, specific. I'm like, why?
Right. And yeah, exactly. I mean, you remember the old, like this? This is for an old flip phone.
Oh, yeah. Nokia type. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a pouch with a Velcro loop on it and then a lanyard to hang on to it. In fact, I don't know what the hell I did with my little flip phone. Oh, there it is. But yeah, I've got a flip phone that fits in this fucking thing. It doesn't work anymore because it's 3G, but I had to see if I can hack that thing.
I've got the old original Nokia.
I got a bag phone.
I've got an Audio Vox brick.
The fuck is that?
It looks like one of the really early Nokias, but it's taller than this. This is my flip phone, by the way. It's taller than this, but about the same width and twice the thickness. Yeah, that's an old Rugby. Rugby 2, actually.
I got
Fucking thing still works, man.
I got a pager hanging up in the shed. It still looks great.
That is hilarious.
Well, these mesh nodes, they work a lot like the pagers used to, but they're all just radio waves. Yeah. And it's all decentralized. It's only from those. I've actually got a node in my backyard on a pole with a solar panel that charges it. Runs all the time. And it actually extends the mesh, as they call it. I got a guy from Bainbridge Island today. That's like 80 miles from here. And it was 2 hops. And they the way it works is they receive a message, it'll send it on through the network, and then it counts the number of hops. Most nodes will only repeat a message 3 times by default, but you can go up to 7. There's another process called mesh core, which will do it up to 64 hops. But that's where all the douchebag faggots are, so I won't fuck with that one.
All right. The only thing I'm not seeing is that one side opposite of the antenna. How many inches? How tall is that thing?
Oh, the antenna that I've got on that is
No, it's not the antenna. The just the body opposite of the. Yeah, not where the antenna is, but the other side.
You're talking about right here?
Yes, sir. How tall is that?
Well, here, this will give you a better idea.
Because with the body and the antenna total, it's 181.
Yeah, you take the antenna off of it. It's about maybe a quarter of an inch shorter than the antenna jack.
Okay, the body. How tall is that body?
Hang on a second here.
Decide where the GPS is. Oh, excellent.
Let me see here. You want it in millimeters or you want it in inches?
Well, let's go with millimeter.
Millimeter, it's about 70 millimeters or 2 3/4.
70 millimeters. All right.
Yeah. So from that hump to here is 2 3/4 or 70 millimeters.
All right. So that's 26 millimeters deep at the widest point.
The widest point is, let me look at it here, about an inch.
How many millimeters is that?
Millimeters would be 25.
25. And the width, is that around 56?
The width is, 56 is pretty close. I'm actually measuring 54.
All right. Sweet. Yeah, I can work with that.
Oh yeah, it's pretty basic. You can actually get the 3D prints files to print your own of this case.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, there's a lot of. I keep forgetting, this is the future, and you can, damn near print whatever you want now, and everybody's got something for something.
Yep. I'm waiting on it right now to happen. They haven't released them yet, but there is a what is it? Fuck. Something Forge. What the fuck is it? Anyway, they've got a new printer called Creator 5.
I don't keep up with them.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about that. Don't split your brains on it. But this thing is really cool. The Creator 5 has got 4 print heads on it.
Oh boy. Boy.
And it switches them out automatically, and you don't have to have the purge bullshit like you do with the Bamboo Lab one.
Is that for colors or material?
All kinds, material, colors, all of it.
Holy
you could put all kinds of different shit in 4 different spools into this thing, and it automatically goes and picks up the head that you want to print with.
Oh yeah, I understand the physics of it. I'm sitting here Rolodexing. What would I make with that shit?
All kinds of shit.
Yes, that's what you'd make.
Oh man, the first I went to gun and
Flash Forge is the name of the company.
Competition shooting belt for one. The shit you can make with that because densities of material would. Oh boy, that'd be a game changer for a lot of stuff. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the different PETGs and the carbon fiber impregnated shit. They've got graphite impregnated shit. But the thing you're going to deal with the engineering materials is you're going to need a higher end unit than you could get normally commercial. Mostly because the temperatures that it needs to operate at the build process.
I'm so glad I never got into it. I would have had shelves full of, I would have just printed out so much crap and displayed it. Look what I did. And I'd end up throwing all that shit away. It was like,
oh yeah. Well, you'd sell it at a yard sale. Or you'd start making figurines and you'd have a best friend called Mando.
Oh, sure, if I got those kind of files. But as far as yard sales go, man, it's turning into a freaking Arab bazaar. No, I offer you 50 cents for these. Look, lady, it's $5. Take it or leave it. No,
Dude, you're missing the point of a yard sale. You put $25 on everything, and then you half it.
And then you haggle.
And
Oh,
well, then you'll accept half of that $25.
Oh, I always jack the price up at a yard sale. I just can't.
Oh yeah, you
stand
just
it,
tell
man.
them, and they'll always try to talk you down half and say, and then you say, no, I'll meet you 3/4 of the way.
Look,
And
man,
then they'll try to Jew down a little more, and then you go, okay,
I got
I'll
6
go half
boxes
with you.
of Star Wars toys, mint in all their boxes and everything. And everybody's going to go, everybody's got cell phones now. The first thing they're going to do is they're going to cherry pick the shit out of it for what they think has got any worth to it. Then they're going to offer me $1 for whatever's left over. I'm like, but at this point, it would almost be cheaper to sell it for $1 a piece, just so I don't have to pay for disposing of it. Because nobody wants the shit no more.
Actually, you'd be surprised, and I can hook you up with somebody that'll buy the lot from you all at once
Oh, good
and pay you
Lord.
good money.
Sold.
Well,
there's
they're not.
there's a toy store in this area that'll buy that shit from you.
All right, but they're
Is
not
that
that.
same toy store where the dude said, "It's ma'am"?
No, that's the Star Wars store on Kitsap Island or
Oh.
Kitsap Peninsula. This is a different shop here in Everett that's called Bobacon.
Yeah, if he's
And-
interested, I've got a bunch of what do I got? I got like a 33 and a half record storybook. I got some old magazines. I got some other stuff and just a bunch of other shit that's not inbox anymore. But
Make a spreadsheet of it all, and I'll pass it on to him.
oh god, a spreadsheet. I'll just take a photo and send it to him.
That'll work. I'll have to go talk to him. I haven't been in that shop in quite a long time. I usually don't fuck with them at all. The shops,
Yeah,
mostly because I don't fuck with toys anymore.
I'm almost on the verge of just putting a box out by the street and just saying, take it. If kids want it. But I know what they'll do. They'll rip them out of the package and just leave me the packaging, and I still got to throw that shit away.
Right. That's why I'm thinking at least you make a couple of bucks on it.
Yeah. That's when Lucas did a second release back in the 90s of Star Wars, and all the toys started coming back out, and I started loading up. Of course, you couldn't find any Vaders, Han Solo. You couldn't find any of the good shit to save your life. And when you did find it, all the reckless kids went in there and vandalized the shit out of it, like the Millennium Falcon with the 2 little guys with the box that walk up the ramp to get taken out.
Mm-hmm.
They all ripped that shit. Oh man, it just all before the internet had all the wonderful options. But anyways,
Yeah.
it's not so great and wonderful now with the internet because I didn't know Japan had their own freaking line of Star Wars toys. I didn't know England had their own line of Star Wars toys.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know South America had their own. Fuck this shit, man. I was like, no, this is ridiculous. This is millionaire shit. Fuck this, I'm out. This is where you literally buy a 2,000 square foot house and you decorate all the walls and put, little kiosk all throughout the house to display all your freaking toys. This is ridiculous. I'm not doing it. I'm a grown man, for God's sake. I'm tired of looking at plastic. I want shit to make money, so I started collecting, table saws and shit.
Well, what I do is I do heavy metal, not music. The magazine.
I'm not familiar with that. The magazine.
You're not familiar with heavy
You
metal
don't remember
magazine?
the heavy metal magazines? The
heavy metal
is it?
movie.
The movie.
Oh, the movie. Yeah, I've seen the movie.
Yeah, based off
Yeah,
of
that-
the comics.
That's all from a magazine, dude. It's like European and American manga
No,
in color, and it is way better than manga ever thought of being.
I'm more than sure I've seen all this stuff, and it did nothing for me.
You ain't seen this yet.
I want something that makes me money.
Yeah, same
I got
here.
something
Right.
that's probably already worth about $250 by itself,
Yeah, I got.
and I just got it.
I got comic books from the 1970s. They're all put away nicely somewhere.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, those will definitely make money. Just make sure you get them graded.
I got Buck Rogers comic books from 1980s when the TV show came out, still in package. Let's see.
There you go.
Yeah, those are nice. I remember all those in the Conan and the Barbarian stuff, and shit, he left.
No, I kicked myself out, but here I'm back.
Okay.
Here. This is the only tome that collects all of the Druna series.
Okay.
This is some sick and twisted shit by an Italian, but the Italians are sick and twisted bastards.
I tell you, a comic book that would have been great to collect it back in the 80s would have been, what was it called? Nam? Just a comic book about guys in Vietnam. They don't make
That
it
one I'm not familiar with.
I'm
It
not
was
familiar with that
1980.
either.
Yeah, all the Vietnam movies are coming out, Platoon and all that shit in 85. Everybody was capitalizing in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because people like my dad was, still young enough. Hell, he was still in the military when that shit came out. So, I mean, it'd be like a bunch of GWAT movies coming out 20 years later. You're like, oh, I remember that place. Fuck that place. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least they got the uniforms right. That kind of shit. Let's see. I
Yep.
remember-
And Plantation Mac,
boobs.
that cover I just showed you, the reason I didn't open it up is because it'd get me yeeted off of YouTube in a heartbeat.
Oh, wow. That Nyborg looks like it's very ineffective if you got to put that much on the floor to get a good high.
Huh?
The Nyborg, heavy metal, when they're on the spaceship and the guy's got what looks like a...
Oh, and they're doing the snorting all the coke?
Yeah, before that robot has sex with that hot-ass redhead.
Right.
Good Nyborg, man.
Yeah. Well, I think the whole point of that was they were all just fucking hardcore junkies. But yeah, that was funny as fuck.
When I was younger, I thought it was amusing, but as an adult, now that you just said that, being out in the middle of outer space would be kind of like, being out in the middle of the ocean. Man, that's a lot of time to kill. And drugs, I would not be opposed to it so much.
Oh, yeah. Something to pass the time, man.
And I have no love of pharmaceutical recreational stuff. But, yeah, if I was out in the middle of fucking nowhere for extended periods of time, yeah.
Especially if there ain't nothing to occupy your time. And those guys were bored out of their minds. Oh, well, of course, that movie was totally subversive, if you will.
Oh, sure.
That was the whole point behind it.
Yeah.
And it led to one of the greatest South Park episodes with the Booba-arium.
Yeah. The cat pissing in their face.
Yeah.
What'd they call it? They had a name for it. The cat pissing in their face.
Oh, fuck. Shit, Google it.
It wasn't huffing. It was something else. It was so fucking wrong. I thought it was great that they never allowed them to have sex with Tarna. That was the chick.
Yeah.
She'd wave her boobs in your face and get naked all you want. Cheesing. There you go, Tom Laundry.
Yeah, cheesing.
Yeah, cheesing.
The act causes intense animated hallucinations and is famously used as a parody of the urban legend surrounding Jenkum? Okay.
Yeah.
Concentrated pheromones in the cat urine to achieve euphoric. Oh, hell no. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you're going to run around smelling like cat piss. Fuck you.
Walk around
You
in
can't get that. That's like skunk, man. You can't get that shit off you.
I do not want to wake up in a jail cell in my underwear going, man, I was so close to touching her boobs. I have to go back. I have to go back.
I have to go back, man. I gotta go. Where's the cat? Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. I was surprised that they were able to actually get some of the soundtrack music for it too. That was funny as fuck.
Well,
Especially because
all you gotta do is ask.
Well, the thing is, Heavy Metal, the movie, when it was theatrically released, they had all the rights to show it in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
They thought they had all the rights to release it on DVD and VHS and They didn't.
Money.
That's
was,
why.
Oh.
That's why it didn't get re-released until like 2012, when they finally got all the rights to re-release it.
all I had to do is just
When it
negotiate
reverted
money,
back
right?
to the original, though. Oh, sorry.
No, it didn't revert back. I'm cheesing so hard. I would bet.
Oh, dear
Cat
God.
bus sniffer.
Yeah, musicians can be dicks.
Well, that was the thing. There were so many different musicians involved, and so many different owners of the music itself.
Well, I get
And
it, but
everybody.
the whole point is everybody, they all think, this might be the one where we all get to be billionaires, and they all hold out.
Right.
Fuck everybody. And it's just, man, just sell it for pennies on the dollar, you dancing monkey. Just get it out there and let people love you. Damn it.
Well, and Michael Jackson did that, and Paul McCartney owned his shit for I don't know how many years, and never made a goddamn dime on it, and then ended up selling it into the public arena, if I remember right, or sold it back to Sony or something. I don't remember. Yeah, that whole thing was fucked up. You know what? Prince changed his name to that weird symbol was to get out of a contract with Sony.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Some of those
Mhm.
companies, they well, I remember, okay, back in the 90s when they were, because they had all the evolving media for music, not just cassette, CD, you had them little mini CDs, and you had
The
some other,
middle mini discs, and you had the little memory modules that actually were starting to come out.
yeah. So for all the bands to be part of Sony, they all agreed that part of the royalties would go to the company for the research and development of the new media.
The equipment, yeah, to go with it.
And yeah, so I remember that documentary because if you watch that movie with Schwarzenegger where he's in that kid gets a golden ticket and he goes into the movie. Anyways, they feature
The
that.
Last Action
Hero.
Action Hero?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so they
Last
feature
Action Hero.
that piece of technology for what was supposed to be the new thing to put your music on when they're in a car chase, and so yeah,
I think that was the mini disc.
so yeah, it was like a CD inside of a square
yeah.
plastic.
Yeah, that was the mini disc, and it didn't work because it was so fucking limited, and they had all the technology locked down. Nobody else could. They wouldn't pay the licensing fees to develop it further. Sony did that so many times. That's why the Betamax failed. Sony owned Betamax.
It's a shame.
Betamax was actually better than VHS.
Yeah, then MP3 come out and
Betamax.
fucked everybody over. So
Yeah,
The
because it was
Betamax
open
are
source.
still tapes, right?
Yeah. Betamax
Okay.
was just a different format of tape.
We
different
used to
signal.
use that for CCTV storage.
They used it for a lot of different things. The
Porn
only thing
was
that
the leader.
Betamax was mostly used in porn.
Porn and video games, just like they said in Tropic Thunder. Those are the leaders. They get everything out in the market.
Yep. But if they choose the wrong format, that format will die eventually. And that's
I'm
what
so
happened.
glad I never invested in buying a shitload of pornographic laser discs. Oh God, I'm so glad.
Oof.
You know, this is the funny thing, guys, with a laser disc. If you have the right laser, you can actually shine it through the disc and project the video that's on it.
No shit.
Literally.
Shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at something else, man. They've got Leatherface singing Garth Brooks' most famous song, "Friends with No Faces."
Friends with no instead of friends with no in low
faces.
places.
Yeah, it's Friends
Nice.
with No Faces.
Oh, my God.
dude. Oh, we'll show it backstage. That jug is hilarious.
Is it generated?
Well, it's still using Garth Brooks music, so
Yeah,
you'll
the
get
music
dinged.
is a sticky point. Yeah.
You'll get dinged.
I wouldn't chance it.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Not
if it was
worth it.
all
You might be
generated
going-
and
He might be going broke, and he'll probably sue everybody nowadays. You don't know about these people.
well, he gave up after he went the Bud Light route. He
Mhm.
said, "Fuck it, I'm retiring," and he got out of the business altogether.
I haven't heard
He-
shit about him in a long time.
Oh yeah, this was just a few months ago. He actually said, "I'm out. Fuck you guys."
Hopefully, he invested his money
It's
well.
like what? 670 now?
He's probably at least mid-60s, if not
I would
70.
think he's in his 80s. I'm about to
I'd
look
rather
that up.
watch an old
he's not
country
that
singer.
old.
than Anybody but David Lee Roth, man. That is
Oh
sad.
God, David Lee Roth is such a fucking scoundrel. Anyway, that guy.
Oh,
I
I was
remember
wrong. He's
he
only
did
64.
a bunch of interview tours where he
See, I
when the
said
band died,
mid-60s.
he went and became a EMT in California and talked about the adventures of being a medic. And I
Yeah,
was like,
after he got kicked out of Van Halen, he went and finished his dream to become an EMT.
sure, but I'm still thinking, how broke you got to be? You know,
I don't think he was broke. I think he's just a thrill seeker, honestly.
I don't know.
oh sure, when you got that kind of money, you can live whatever life.
No,
You,
dude. No, it's not that. If you've ever been around a true musician, the guys that live the life, they're just looking for the next high. And it doesn't matter what it is. If they get a hair up their ass, they're going to go do it. Look at the guy from Queen. He's an astrophysicist.
Brian May.
Brian
All right.
May.
when you got the money, but all the musicians.
No, he did it before.
Okay, well, hear me out now. Now, I had 2 cable access TV shows for about 2 years here in town. No, nothing special. So I got to, mix in with a lot of bands here in town. And pretty much what they like to do is get high and sit around and doodle on their guitar like everybody loves them. And I'm like, "Oh God, I got to leave. Oh God, I got to leave." I don't,
Those guys weren't serious.
Oh, they were serious and they had great talent. They just didn't have any management or handlers. That's the other part about bands. Some of these bands, they need a handler, somebody who gives them the pimp hand. Say, look, you
that's what I'm talking
monkey.
about. They need guidance or they need their own drive to do what they got to do.
Right, sure. I get it, man. But a lot of guys, they're just, when you got too many people kissing your ass and you got a monicum of talent, and people actually show up and you start making a little bit of money.
They think they're God.
Yeah, you lose. Yeah, there's a Marilyn Manson lookalike here in town. Guy was good. He looked like Marilyn Manson. He sang like him. But a egotistical prick with a fucking entourage of 5 little hot bitches. Oh, God, they were gorgeous.
Sure it wasn't him? You sure it wasn't Marilyn Manson?
He wasn't tall enough.
Ah, okay. Because that's the same MO that I've ever heard of the guy.
Yeah, this is back in like 2005, I think, 6, something like that. But I'm not saying all bands are like that.
Yes, Jimmy. Yes, Jimmy.
I mean, once upon a time, there was a band called Nephilim, and so they said, so all the bands here in town, all they knew was send out CDs and brochures. So Nephilim sent out DVDs to everybody. So Sony bit in California, so they actually got to see eyes on the band instead of just pictures, because Facebook and all this shit really wasn't that developed yet. So,
well, everybody was using MySpace at that point.
Sure. Well, but not everybody had a camera and knew how to translate the video.
Right. I actually was a camera guy for a local band.
Okay, so I was one of the first guys in town who actually could do all that, and I had a lot of people come to me for a lot of weird shit because I was the only one who can actually. Anyways, so this band, Sony bit, 2 guys from California flew out to Fayetteville, North Carolina, the land of 1,000 garage bands, and so they took them to California. They took not all the band, but they took like 2 or 3 guys with them to California for the negotiations. So they got offered $1 million contract. It's not pocket money. That was for the move, the studio, apartment, daily living. 1 year of get it done in a year. And all they asked was that they modified, the way they dressed for the stage. And they said, "No, man, we're not changing the integrity of the band for nobody." That's a once in a lifetime offer. And even that does not guarantee any success. So now I'm thinking, so I'm sitting there outside this coffee shop at this beautiful outdoor place because everybody can sit outside and smoke because I smoke cigarettes. So anyways, the guy's telling me this story, and I'm sitting there thinking, you stupid motherfucker, I would wear a pink tutu on stage until the contract's over. If the world loves me, I could tell Sonny go kiss my ass and go off on my own. Until then, I'd be happy to get a paycheck and never have to work in a factory again. Stupid son of a
God.
bitch. And you know where that band is now? They're all in their fucking 50s, and they go to whatever bar will have them, and they give them basically $50 and a couple free beers.
Right. They might cut them in the take if it's a fucking cover band.
No.
Or a cover. No. Not
nobody,
even that?
Nobody gets a take anymore. Nobody's good enough anymore. Nobody goes out anymore. Everybody's on their cell phone.
That's true. That's true.
When I moved up to Long Island up in 2008, because GoPros were coming out, so and YouTube, everybody was getting better at making their own videos and putting on YouTube. So, I figured, fuck TV show. Anyways, I want to go to New York. So when I was working bar up there, this bar owner, he's a fucking boomer. He's thinking, put the word out. This ain't the 1970s. Like, hey man, the band's gonna be at the bar. Listen. No, like 20 people would show up for a band, and everybody else just showed up and stayed on the bar side. They didn't give a shit about the band. Hell, right. I don't even give a shit about the band. Band is nothing but background noise to me. There's no band. I mean, there's some bands with some decent energy. When they're young, they got a lot of energy, and they're kind of fun to watch from time to time. But and I've in some of these bands I talk to, they get pissed off because everybody's not staring at them the whole time. I'm like, dude, they're all trying to get laid. It's a bar. They're not. Right. Your background noise. Be the best background noise. If I go to the bar, I'm trying to get. I want to have fun. Maybe if I get laid, bonus. But I'm not there to stare at you. Go, oh man, you are just such an awesome fucking fuck that shit. Sorry, I got it out now. Fuck egotist.
I hear you. There was a time when it would. If you had a piano guy, it would draw people to the bar just to listen to the piano guy.
Yeah, those are gay bars now. It's called piano bar.
I know, but it used to not be that way. And I'm talking even before Billy Joel.
That's where guys in their 40s up who go and, showed up in, shirts and ties and, oh, fuck's sake, man. I was in Wilmington and I was bar hopping one night and I walk in there. Everybody's dressed kind of nice. I'm like, oh shit, there ain't no women in here. It's all dudes. Oh, is this a fucking gay bar? God damn it. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Fuck this shit, man.
Well, you know what's even worse is when you walk into a lesbian bar and they're all dressed in fucking biker outfits and they're all tatted up and nose rings everywhere.
Well, none of them ever bothered me, and mostly the dudes. It's like when I went to New Orleans. I'm on Bourbon Street. This is a week after the big party. What do you call that shit?
Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
Mardi Gras. Yeah, it's a week afterwards. The town's clean. I'm walking around daylight, and I walk into a bar, and I'm like, oh, man, New Orleans. Oh, all the architecture, same shit you see on NCIS and all that shit. I'm like, I'm sitting there, and so what threw me off is there was an actual woman bartender, and it's only like a couple dudes in the bar. I'm like, well, it's only like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I go, anyways, so I had like 2 or 3 beers because I'm leaving Texas, coming back to North Carolina, and I go to the bathroom. And all over the walls is, this Saturday, male strippers. I'm like,
what?
Oh, I don't think this is a place where women come to see strip. And, anyways, the names on some of these dudes did not sound butch. And I was like, oh, great. Is this a fucking gay bar? And I come out, and first, there's some fat homo sitting over, and he starts walking over. Man, like, I put my hand on, like, dude, as soon as I finish this beer, I'm paying my tab off and leaving, man. Just no. I walk out in the street and I look to the left, I look to the right, and I'm like, too many women, too many dudes, good ratio. I'm going to try one more bar, and I'm leaving town. It was I don't know what kind of bar it was, but it was men and women couples in there. And I was like, good. Now I can leave New Orleans on a good note. And all the goddamn voodoo stores down there, man.
Oh, yeah. That's big down there.
Really?
Voodoo Mart, yeah, instead of like 7-Eleven, no, it's Voodoo Mart.
Yeah.
So pick up your blood goat here.
No,
they don't do
get
much
your
with blood
hex.
goats.
Get your hexes here. Get your hexes here.
No, you buy shovels and pickaxes so you can go to the fucking graveyard, dig up dead people when nobody's looking.
Yeah, you need bones, chicken feet, and rum. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Voodoo is not something you play with. All I can say. I've done enough dabbling into the arts. That one is not one you fuck with.
I would imagine. No, I didn't spend enough time in New Orleans to actually get the flavor of the town. But there's a big population of them there in all the voodoo stores. I was like, palm trees were kind of nice though. I was surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they got
Well, you,
palm trees in Chattanooga now.
I got palm trees
Sure.
here in Fayetteville.
They're
And,
surviving in Chattanooga. You're actually in a warmer climate zone than I am.
well, if you look at the latitude, we're equal to Egypt, so kind of, yeah.
Well, it's not the latitude; it's how close you are to the water.
yeah, palm trees need a lot of humidity.
Well,
I've got a neighbor down the street that's got cold weather palm trees.
sweet.
Yeah, they're actually fairly tall, and I'm sure they've been there for years to get that big. They're still stunted, they're not tall at all. They're like maybe 15 feet, the biggest one.
Well, that's
The rest
good.
of them are under 10.
Trimming those things are extremely dangerous if you don't know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Well, knees
No,
aren't.
trimming a palm.
Yeah, if you don't know how to climb the tree without damaging it,
Mm-hmm.
you will kill that tree. And if you don't know how to clear the palms at the top, those things will whack you and hit you, and
Yep.
they're dangerous.
They like to break off on you too. Yeah, they're no joke. And these cold weather ones they don't produce any kind of fruits.
You might notice you don't see a whole lot of palm tree trimming videos on YouTube.
No. There's a good reason for it.
Nobody wants that embarrassment.
Embarrassment.
If you got a cherry picker, I mean a really tall cherry picker, not a problem. But if you got to climb that bitch, like I said, if you don't know what you're doing, and I'm no arborist, I'm what you call a tree slayer. But even I take precautions to clean my spikes from tree to tree because I don't want to carry disease over and kill somebody's tree.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I got an 80-foot ponderosa pine I could use some help with.
80-footer?
Yeah, and it's in a bad spot.
Well, if it's strong and healthy, not a problem.
I ain't gonna fuck with it. I don't own the place. I'm a renter.
Oh, leave it. Don't waste your money on it.
Oh no, God no. I had some.
Talking
There
a couple
were-
branches right there.
What the hell are those things called? They were a type of pine, but they were from Korea. Can't remember the damn name of them. I had 3 of them on the southwest side of the house. And these fucking things had gotten, I think they were over 80 feet. I've got videos of it. I might share those one of these days. But the guy that owned the house next door to me, his kid moved in there with his Australian bride for a while, and they kind of fixed the house up after the Korean renters had totally destroyed it for 5 or 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they cleaned it all out and got it kind of fixed up, and then she got a job in North Carolina. She was a materials engineer, specifically minerals, as in gold mine type shit from Australia. And she was really good at it.
Got a lot of resources in the mountain areas in North Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah. So she got a job in North Carolina and moved there, and he was still here because he had a good engineering job with carbon fiber printing.
Ooh.
And then that kind of fucking nosedived. So he got his shit together, moved the fuck out, and they sold the place. And the guy that's in there now, he's former Army. Weird as fuck. His wife is weird as fuck, too. And they've always got somebody over there. I don't know if they're swingers or what the fuck they are, but anyway.
Drug addicts.
No, they're not drug addicts. That's the thing. You'll hear him out on the phone smoking a cigarette and yelling at the phone constantly, but I think he's a sales guy.
Okay.
And his wife doesn't do anything. She's just weird. She likes to get plants, like pumpkins and shit in a pot and put them out there right next to the planter bed and let them die, because you can't do that to a pumpkin. They won't grow in a pot. You got to put them in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw her out the other day. She's gotten chunky. She didn't used to be nearly that chunky. So I think she's just sitting in the fucking living room watching telenovelas, and she's not even Mexican, and eating bonbons and shit.
Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I got an interesting question. Maybe it's interesting. We'll go ahead and continue a conversation out on deck we had this morning about
Is Outlaw even awake?
yeah.
Yes, I'm still here.
All right, cool.
Y'all
You're
are
just not
talking,
very.
so I'm letting you talk.
You're not very animated, so I'm just wondering.
So
Y'all talk.
So we were talking about all the satellites shot in Earth, and I was disagreeing, saying that most of the communication is done from underwater cables, and all the supposed, I'm air quoting here, satellites are mostly high altitude platform balloons because NASA uses the most helium ever,
Right.
and they send up stuff the size of basically school buses constantly,
Mm.
and I don't. So what's your like cell phones, we're all told, oh, our cell phones are from satellite. Yeah, I go to the national park, it's a place called Raven Rock up here, beautiful place on the Cape Fear. No cell phone service because there's no cell phone towers.
Mm-hmm.
So where's the satellites at now?
Unless you have a cell phone that can use Starlink direct to direct.
Yeah, a more powerful antenna. Yeah.
Well, no, it's not a powerful antenna unless you have a cell phone that's actually jacked into the direct for Starlink. You don't need a more powerful antenna. In fact, your current phone, if you can get the subscription, can probably use the Starlink service. But
software then, okay.
It's a software switch, and you're probably going to be limited to limited text. It's not going to be voice yet. They don't have enough satellites up there yet.
When you break your leg out in the middle of the woods, anything's better than nothing.
Well, that's where you just do an emergency rescue beacon, and those will bounce off a geosynchronous satellite.
I'll just pop rounds off to the forest ranger. Goes, will you please stop that shit? Oh, since you're here, man, I broke my leg. You can write me a ticket and take me to jail later. But let's get
right.
Out of
give
here.
me to the fucking hospital. God damn it.
Let's go before I turn into a bear turd, boy. It's like bear season, man.
Or 127 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
The helium thing that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
You know what NASA uses helium for?
So they can all sound really fucked up when they're talking to each other.
They use it as they use it to actually push the propellants out of the tanks, especially when you're talking about the hypergolic, as they call them, propellants.
Mm-hmm.
The really nasty ones that when they touch each other, they ignite.
All right, I got a share screen ready here. This is what I'm talking about here.
Oh yeah, you get plenty of those.
Yeah. So like when Biden was still in office, we had that mysterious spy balloon come over.
The China one.
It's the same shit, man. It just fucking dipped down too low in the stratosphere. That's all.
It's a weather balloon. Oh, it didn't though. That fucker was up way high.
If our jets can approach it, it's not that high. The ones I'm talking about go up to 60,000. Most of your fighter jets, I don't know. They probably could do 60,000. They are military.
They can do 80. They can do 80, but they don't tell you that.
Dude, that's fucking SR-71 territory.
They can do it for very short amounts of time. They have oxygen.
Fuck the oxygen, dude. If you don't have a pressure suit, your blood will boil if you have a boo-boo, man.
It's a little more than that, and they do wear pressure suits.
Yeah. Well,
it's a modified pressure suit. For you to be able to spin and survive 10 Gs, to do a 10 G turn, you have to have a suit that has pressure in it. All of those fighter jockeys have got those suits now.
Yeah,
they've got oxygen.
Yeah, the chaps. It cuts all the blood flow off in your legs so you can take.
Well, it actually just restricts.
It inflates.
It inflates and it helps your body actually push the blood back up, is what it does.
Keeps it in your chest and brain most. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that technology's that's been around for quite a while.
But on top of that, you've got to know how to do the push.
The breathing techniques involved with
It's
that.
a breathing technique, and it's like sitting on a toilet and pushing. That's the technique. So they all wear diapers also, if you didn't know that.
Calling rigs to aisle cleanup.
Uh-huh.
Rigs.
Oh, I know.
Pilot's coming home. Riggs,
know-
we need the fucking cockpit washed out.
I know it's not uncommon for a pilot to piss himself or shit himself because some of the missions are very lengthy.
Well, the lengthy ones. But we're talking about just regular fighter combat shit. They all wear diapers, dude.
Right. I'm just saying, depending on the mission and how many times they got to refuel to get somewhere because of treaties and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for the pilot can't even walk because he's been sitting there for almost 24 plus hours in that jet.
So
that's
I got a story for you.
Mm-hmm.
The P3s, they had this thing. It looked kind of like a big fucking sea probe. It was a big tube. It was probably 12 inches around, and it had a hole in it. And that was their piss bucket.
Okay.
And those motherfuckers, there was one crew that decided that the guy that was in charge of washing it out forgot about it and left it in the fucking bathroom.
What's the temperature outside at the time?
It didn't matter. That thing stunk like you would not believe.
I believe it. It would accelerate it though if you're in tropical.
It wasn't necessarily too hot. No, this was in Washington. It wasn't that hot at that point. But this thing just fucking reeked. And all of us enlisted guys started bitching about it. It's like, what the fuck is this thing for one? And why the fuck is it in here? And this thing stinks. That guy had to scrub it out by hand. And he was like a second lieutenant or some bullshit. He was in charge of taking care of that fucking thing.
We had now when I was over in England, we had those portable launchers, and we had portable what do you call it? It's basically a trailer with the launch officers. So just like what you see in the movies, they go to the center box, they unlock it, they break the plastic thing, pull the red cards out for the codes and shit.
Right.
So when we deployed, these guys were locked in. For a real world, they're locked in. They ain't smelling no fresh air for the whole fucking trip. And they had their own little portage on in there. So I wonder if they ever forgot the little chemical. Because I seen the shitter once. They had like an open house, because they showed us which of the circuit boards to pull out and destroy if we ever got compromised. Anyways, you talked about this. Oh man, I mean, you literally had to turn your back to the toilet, put your knees and your elbows. You had to touch your elbows together and wiggle your way back to the toilet just to sit down on that thing and take a shit. And if you want to wipe your ass, you got to stand up and take 2 or 3. And there's no privacy. There's no curtain or nothing. So whoever you're working with, hopefully, you're not going to stare at them unless you're a sick motherfucker.
Well, they weed those guys out real early in the training.
And I would imagine, and there was a couple of times I noticed there was a male and female component in that, and I'm like, I wonder if they're in there fucking.
No. Trust me, it doesn't happen.
Oh man, dude, we caught a fucking lieutenant chick. She was selling pussy in a rat rig.
I
had to bring something to the rat rig one night, and I knocked on it. She said, "Put the money on the counter. I'll be right with you." And I just tiptoed backward in the dark. I'm like, fuck this. I don't want to be seen. Fuck you.
I want none of this.
Wow.
We're not even in a combat zone. I mean, we were considered a wartime mission, but we're not even in a combat zone. And it's like women are already selling ass. I'm like, I get it. My dad told me about the nurses that sold ass for officer jump pay in Vietnam. And I was like, man, nothing ever changes. Nothing fucking changes.
Oldest profession on the planet.
Yep.
I had actually created a pretty good rapport with one of the lieutenant chicks on the P3 squadron I was assigned to before they kicked us over to the depot level repair altogether. And I had the guy that was in charge of the first lieutenant, which is their building maintenance group in the Navy. He came over to me one time. He says, dude, she bats for the other team. And I was like, fuck, I don't want to fuck her. I'm just having a good professional relationship with this woman.
I'm sure.
I mean, she was good looking, but I didn't want to fuck her. Fuck you, man. That's an officer, and I'm enlisted. I don't want nothing to do with that problem.
He's probably seen other guys get on her. Or
well, this is a guy that had big ass gauge earrings too, and he was a dumbass. God, he was. Hey, Jimmy, you still here? He was a Jimmy.
He's a cock blocker.
Jimmy.
Damn, Tommy.
I'm a dick, man, but man, that guy was just a fucking awkward dumbass, just like Jimmy. Sorry. Anyway,
getting back to the underwater cables, the one I saw, and this is from a NATO guy who said, I think it was American in part. Anyways, it's like 98% of the world's communications are done through cable. So
yes.
So what I was thinking when the shit was popping off with Russia, when they blew up the Nord Stream pipeline and all that other shit, anyways, the pipeline, and they were threatening to cut off the communications through underwater cable. And I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to all the satellites we're supposed to have if they could just cut it off underwater? That just really just kind of just did not compute. Bullshit. Bullshit.
The bulk of the communication goes through undersea cables. Yes.
Have you seen the map of the undersea cable? I mean, we got shit that goes every continent on the planet. It is unfucking, even all the way to Australia. Unbelievable.
Jimmy, you know I love you, man.
No homo.
No homo. What are you doing next Saturday?
Well, that's tomorrow. Jimmy? Actually, that's now.
No, that's next
for some of
Saturday.
For me, it's now.
I know one place I'm not going tonight.
What, you got a cornfield already picked out? Come on, buddy. Let's do it.
You're not talking about where you got to hug a tree, hold on for dear life kind of hugging a tree.
No, it's hang on to a corn stalk.
That's not a lot of stabilization.
I know.
Well, that's his go-to area. That's his go-to area, buddy.
It's called a rough in the mud.
The Sonder area.
Oh, I know a special
Saunders
place.
area. Oh.
Well, Saunders eats those fucking corn cobs a long way.
Oh.
We got this badass gun range in Cumberland County. It's anyways, it's not too far from Fort. So it is open to the civilians, but there's a lot of military. When Fort Bragg is overbooked, they have a shoot house, specialized shit, and you see some of the cool guys come out there from time to time. But anywho, you got to drive through damn near a mile of cornfield to get to this place. So last time I went out there, I was just thinking, how funny would it be if you made a Saunders horror movie where, some guy's lost out in the cornfield and you hear crunch, 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 like somebody's eating, raw corn. Going, yeah, that's some good sauce.
And then hear them gag when they do it long ways.
You just see shadow of a guy running from one field across the street, across the road to the next field naked, going, you're like, oh. Nope, I am out of here.
Gives new meaning to the children of the corn, doesn't it?
Look, man, all I'm saying is if you're ever out anywhere near in the middle of nowhere in any kind of farmlands and you hear somebody screaming out, helicopter dick, helicopter dick, helicopter, just leave.
Just get away from that shit.
Just leave.
What's the rules of Appalachia? If you thought you heard something in the woods, you didn't, and you need to leave.
Man.
So, hey guys, I'm going to shut down the stream, but if you want to join, I did put in the link for the backstage. Jimmy, if you want to join us. Which I'm sure he does. No. Anyway.
No rumbles?
No, I don't do rumbles.
Okay.
That's a fapping facility thing. I'm too lazy to set it up.
Well, they haven't really dinged you for a whole lot anyway. So
No, they ignore me because I'm just a dick.
you're small potatoes.
Yeah. Little potatoes, and I'm from Idaho, so I come by it naturally.
Yep.
Anyway, we're
Idaho?
closing out the stream. So see you all in the back stream. You saw the link. See you there. Otherwise, be square.
Yeah, hopefully Jimmy could show up. That'd be nice.